Live. Are we live? We're back. Yeah, we're back. Here we go. All right. Reposting this. Okay. We can get everybody in. Everybody settle down. Everybody calm down. Here we go. All right. Thank you, everyone, for coming out. So many new faces here tonight. This is incredible. Welcome to the new D-Control. Woo! All right, how many had been to the past one? Had been to the basement? How many hands? Okay, we've had quite a few people that have been to the old one. So, as you all know, we've been, well, as some of you know, or maybe all not, but we've been migrating to get to a new space. Yeah, and this is our first kind of kickoff event since being in this new space here at 328 West Hastings. So we were over at 436 West Pender, so literally like a block over and a block down. So easy. So it's been, actually the move was better than we expected. So yeah, this is the first EthVan. Every Thursday we've been doing EthVans. So Eth Vancouver, obviously been, a lot of you have seen before at that. So that's generally what we've tried to do. But we found our new home for Ethereum, for crypto, decentralized tech in Vancouver, Bitcoin as well. Yeah, so basically, why did we move? What happened? For some of you who are aware, and we were basically, this building that we were previously in was it was under demolish, was under a demo clause, and it's just come to the life cycle has ended, unfortunately. It was a great space. We had a lot of amazing memories, brought in some incredible people, and yeah, we've had all kinds of notable individuals who have passed through that door. So very pleased that we had that, but we needed to find a new space, and we need to expand. We've been hearing so many people asking about like, hey, what else can we do with this? Oh, how does this place work? Can we come and work here? Can we do other things? It wasn't really set up for that. It's a basement, you can hang out there. It's fun at night maybe, but it's nice to be above ground. It's nice to be able to have a presentation and actually see some daylight. That's really, really cool. Yeah. So this journey started for 5 months. We were January through May. We had, we looked at, basically over those 5 months, we looked at 33 properties that we actually showed up to and looked at, literally boots on the ground with those. We had 142 that we had researched. And finally we found this was actually through one of the agents. It was kind of an off-market deal, and we were able to land this space. So we've got this chunk that everybody can see right now, plus there's a whole other kind of, it's almost like a little complex or a little compound that we have here with other areas for co-working and dedicated desks and all that. So we'll get into that shortly. Basically we had here's the pack and the move and the setup here. So we had a lot of volunteers come along and pack over 4 days. We just started packing things up. I had my doubts, I'll be honest about that. I thought this was going to take way longer. And shout out to everybody who was helping on that front, because that was things got packed up real fast. And then over 2 days, we had U-Haul and just things made their way in. It was incredible. So we just staged a bunch of things in the back, people cleaning and organizing, and quite a bit of stuff there. So we've still had people showing up now here to help us with cleanup and unpacking, and most of it is we're getting closer. And I mean, this space is turning in pretty nicely. So so there's basically our address is 328 West Hastings. This is our new community hub. So we can see. We've got this here is kind of the club room. In the middle there is going to be where the co-working space is. And then you can kind of see we have a courtyard out back as well. And then, kind of this space down here. So there's a couple other parts missing that we haven't got in this slides here, but we'll take everybody for a little tour. Those who are interested, we'll be happy to take you for a little tour of the compound and kind of get the lay of the land.
Where do we sign up?
Oh, pardon?
Where do we sign up?
Well, that's coming. Hold on. Hold your horses. So, a quick overview of the space here. So we're kind of now we have this ability to not just be kind of a basement, but a clubhouse, or have multiple parts of this. We can have a clubhouse, workspace, and an event space, which you're in here right now. Or seminars, as we like to call them. Seminars. We're hosting a seminar today, yeah, and of education. So events sometimes get a little flagged as parties, and so we love our seminars. We really do. So as we've kind of seen here, obviously the museum, which is currently closed and under construction, but if you recall from the old place, we had a lot of like incredible memorabilia from everything from old Bitcoin miners to new crypto stuff. Like it's from all over the world. So we'll continue building that out. In the back area there, in kind of what we're calling the clubhouse or the members room, we do have a workbench back there with a bunch of tools and things, as we kind of in our last spot. There are some instruments here. We've got printers. We've got this outdoor patio that we'll be slowly building out, but we'll have just kind of a courtyard for now. We also have what we're going to be, well, I guess that's in the next portion here, but obviously we've got the Bepsi. How many people are familiar and seen and used the Bepsi? Yeah. So it made its way over here and is still working. We've got the Vendo, which is going to get up and running too right away, which will, for just like the Bepsi giving you a soda. Sure. So we're going to get some snacks in there so people can, be able to use crypto in order to get some snacks out of the machine as well. So looking forward to that. We actually just acquired a World Orb. So who's familiar with WorldCoin? Who's got their eyeballs scanned? Nobody. Okay, only one person with their eyeball scanned. You don't have your eyeball scanned? No. Builder, but not scanner. Okay, are you interested? We'll see. All right. So we do have one here, so if anybody is interested, that's something that we're kind of looking to explore. It's kind of some pretty cool tech. But yeah, at least we have it, and it's something we're looking to do. Checkpoint. And we just brought it in today here. So there it is back there. It's this very special. Give us a quick little. Where's it to grab a mic? Here, grab a mic here. Oh no, it's not. You press the button a little longer there. But anyway, yeah, Jaden, Future Primitive.
There we go. Yeah, Checkpoint is a free receipt printing booth. Take a photo. It'll thermal paper. Nice decontrol logo. Want to give it a try? All over Vancouver.
There we go. We've got our very own one here. So yeah, please give it a shot tonight if you can. Literally just go up, press the button. I think it like does a little flash and then times it down and takes a picture and
Does it?
There you go. So yeah, so we're getting all kinds of cool features and we want to be able to have these kind of things for events and whatnot. So yeah, then when we get over to workspace stuff, we will have the potential for hot desks. So we're just lining up some furniture for that new space, and once we get that dialed in, kind of targeted for April or August 1st, we should be dialed in here for hot desk opportunities. We do have some dedicated desks that they'll be kind of in the upper area. There's like an upper office and whatnot. So if people are interested in kind of a dedicated desk situation where you could leave your stuff there and actually have your own setup, we will offer a few of those. And then we do obviously have high-speed internet, and with our we're going to be getting some plans are to get some phone booths while we're in the co-working area, because like as people are taking calls regularly, right, we need to be able to offer that too. Speaking of the call booth, we also have this podcast booth. If anybody familiar with Kid Carson, he was a radio host fella. So this is actually his booth, and he's going to be doing recordings in here every so often. And he's been generous enough to say, hey, we could actually rent it out and allow some of our members to use it. Probably have some sort of hourly fee or something on it, but the potential to record, kind of your full suite of stuff there. So another kind of cool feature we've got, and then of course meeting rooms. We'll have a couple different boardrooms and things that people can utilize in order to be productive. And then here with this events or the seminar space, as we like to call. I think it's at 1,700 square feet. We do have this mezzanine up top as well. We've got a little coat check area back there and kind of a check-in spot. Bunch of tables and desks can be available. Obviously, the computer and projector for AV stuff, as you are all experiencing right now. And we do have some DJ sound systems that we've had in the past, and looking to kind of integrate that into this as well. So how do you get involved? Hey, I want to be a member. I want to get involved. What's happening here? So We've just started kind of rolling this out. Obviously, we've been working a lot on just moving the space, but we're getting the kind of digital infrastructure also built out. We've got a newer website that we put up. Scan this QR code or go to join.dctrl.wtf. And this is how we're going to get how you can apply and get involved. So we are thinking about a base $50 membership, which would be allowing you to have 24/7 access to the
Can
clubhouse.
my agent pay on 412?
402, X402. Yeah, we don't have X402 yet
no,
set
so I
up, but
cannot do
can happen. We can do anything. We can do it all. Anyway, but with so similar to how decontrol was in the old space, it was always just kind of 24/7 for whoever had a key and member and access. But it was very kind of loosey-goosey, not really too. Nobody really knew what was happening. So we're going to have things a little more clear and kind of available in that sense. So that's kind of how that would work. So you'd have 24/7 access to the court or to the clubhouse, be able to hang out there. And then, of course, now as we're starting to think about hot desks and how that's going to work and what kind of things we can offer there. We're looking at other rates of places in the city and how much it is a month. And we're likely going to be able to undercut or be very, some of the more competitive fees within the city. So we, obviously we want to try and bring more of the like-minded individuals together, people who are interested in crypto, Bitcoin, blockchain, even the AI side of things too. We've been having a lot of conversations with AI people in the city and just open source developers or just developers in general. Like we're pretty open in a lot of ways. Yeah, and then of course, for planning events, we have this space that can fit, I don't know however many people we got here right now, but we can fit a number of people within this space, especially if we kind of organize it a little differently. So yeah, there's definitely the opportunity to rent this space well for whatever your event is. So we'll have a little more details on that, but I just want to start getting that in people's mind. Like that's what this space is capable of and what we can do and what we can actually achieve as compared to just a dingy old basement that we tried to really make shift in the past. Sponsorships and partnerships. In the past, we've kind of just did our own thing, but we are starting to look at saying, hey, we are getting appetite from people who are wanting to sponsor, help, and reach out. And yeah, basically, we're trying to be the largest kind of network of decentralized crypto people within Vancouver. We've been running, Decentral has been running since 2013, so it's been an absolute institution in the city. And people have heard of it from all over the place too. So we really want to keep this dream alive and keep kind of the same ethos and vibe and just keep growing it and expanding it. So if you're interested in either sponsoring or partnering, we're very happy to chat further with you guys on this and see what we can do. We will try and put together some more packages and ideas to make it a little clearer, but it's just something that we are starting to open and work towards here because kind of new. A whole new kind of facelift on everything. All right, well, thank you. I hope that gives everybody kind of a little idea about where we're headed. Yeah. And yeah, we'll do some tours afterwards if it's all right. We'll maybe just do a quick little panel here. We're going to get some chairs shuffled around. We'll do a panel for like, I don't know, 15, 20, half hour or something like that, just to kind of catch up on what's been happening in this crazy world of crypto and blockchain and everything, because it's been a few months since we've had our last. What was our last one? End of March or end of April? End of March. End of March was our last EthVan. So I think it's probably good to have a little catch up. So all right, we'll get things switched around here, and then we'll get into it. And then we'll get any quick questions here before we get started on that. Maybe we can bring in some chairs here while we're doing this. Okay, I'm scared.
I'm just. This obviously ended up being bigger than the last space, and is it around the same price point? Like, did you guys meet all your goals that you had?
Yeah, I mean, it's considerably more than what we had, so we do have a lot of targets to try and reach. Obviously, we've got high goals, high ambitions, so we really got to make this work. Yeah, we do have. This is also a demo clause, which is unfortunate, but for what this space offers, so we're looking at anywhere from 18 to 24 months, likely, and potentially more. We'll see how development goes here in the city and whatnot. So, regardless, we've got this for a while, and just excited to get things running. So, all right, okay. Bring some. We do have. We've got new panelists. Well, I've already made well, Jazzy can jump in here too. All right. Anyway, and then let's get. Whoa. We're here trying to do. I am. Somebody, can you line this up? And then switch things over. Did you no, this is not it. This is not it. Anyway. Oh. There. Oh, what's that? Why is this upside down? Camera. Got it. Huh? No, why is this not? I think the camera, did you unplug that over there? I think you did. The camera stopped. There we have it. Okay. Tell him, give him directions. Take the other mic down. We're getting it. Thanks everybody for being patient on this. Jazzy or what? What? Do you want to join in? Do you want to come take another seat? Yeah, let's take it. Bring him up here. Bring him up. Here we go. Get Jazzy in there. You should be on the end or wherever. Here, you don't want that chair. I'll take this chair. Here we go. Okay. I'll go to the end. You sit there. All right. How's that camera looking there, Devere? We got it? Make sure make it good. How's it looking, David? Have it? All right. Push up the volume a bit higher on the
No one heard you.
number 2. There you go.
People on the working? None of these are working because you
Are
need
they
to tie it
working?
up
Is this
higher. I'll
working?
be up there.
Hello?
It's not a you problem. Keep going. Keep going. Get it.
Okay. Oh, wow, I can really hear myself now. Okay, let's start off while Tangle is figuring that out. Maybe we'll do like a quick little intro for each panelist. That might be nice, just to remind people who we are. We'll start with Jazzy here and work our way down. Hopefully Tangle's back by the time it's his turn. Like just a minute of like who you are, why you're here today.
I'm Jazzy. Why am I here today? I heard there was a new opening for a new space. In general, I do hacking. I run a crypto security company called Zealot. Do a lot of hacking.
Because mainly and born and raised in Vancouver, had no idea this existed, and it really changed my life. So trying to help volunteer and put it together as much as I can, and part of the community. Day to day in crypto, I recently founded HL Global. I co-founded it with Christian. Just wanted to kind of make like an event search layer for the Hyperliquid ecosystem. And it started off with one event in Vancouver, and it quickly grew. We have an event in New York this week, and really busy preparing that. And that's pretty much has my full attention these days.
Eric?
Yeah, hi, I'm Eric. I'm the token Bitcoiner on the Ethereum panel. I hang out here a lot at DCTRL. I work on the Pepsi machine a lot. So if you pay for a drink and you don't get your drink, you can come find me. You can get your Satoshis back. Well, we'll get to that point, maybe. Yeah, we're going to grow to that point. Yeah, so I work on Bitcoin. Recently, mostly I'm working on the libBitcoin project, which is an alternative Bitcoin client, which is pretty hot news right now in the Bitcoin world. Don't get too close to me, Tangle.
Good. All right, Tangle, we're just doing a little 1-minute intro.
Yeah, I'm Tangle. I'm the janitor here at DCTRL. All right, I'm Tangle. I'm the janitor here. And yeah, I work on a few different crypto projects and been in crypto forever, it feels like. And yeah, doing everything from like prediction markets to name services and a few DeFi things. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. So yeah, just really the big push has been lately getting this going, getting this place dialed in, and very stoked, very happy about where we're at. Yeah.
Yeah, big round of applause. Really smart people up here. I'm lucky to be up here with them. My name's Christian. Most people kind of talked about the things I'm already working on. But yeah, excited to have you guys all here in this space. We had a lot of work to get here. And tough taking like those few months off with no events after doing it like every week for like 4 years. But shout out to Andrew, wherever he is, for like running like the happy hours. They kind of kept the community together. Okay. So I think we can talk about Bitcoin a little bit, especially since we have number one, a Bitcoin guy here, and number two, a big fan of Michael Saylor on the end. So I think like it'd be interesting just to talk about like what's been going on with Bitcoin in the past few months, because that's kind of like the thing that like got us all here in the first place. I mean, price is down like a lot. $63,000 for one Bitcoin. Is that cheap or expensive? Hard to say.
I think it's the fair market price.
Yeah, so I guess like who wants to just kind of jump into that, like the state of Bitcoin, what they're feeling about it, like are we still excited about Bitcoin today as we were like 5 years ago, or moving on to shinier things?
I am personally, but a lot of people definitely. There's definitely a lot of crashing out going. I'm calling it crash out summer, and we're just getting started. Yeah, I mean, it's the same cliche stuff you've heard already, right? Like, I don't know. I mean, what I think is more interesting right now in Bitcoin, there's like a governance BIP1 proposal. So it's super interesting. Like the last couple of weeks picked up, and there's a lot of debate going on. Most of it is completely ludicrous, but I think the silver lining is a lot of people. And what's kind of unfortunate is a lot of these people bought a lot of Bitcoin, and now they're learning about it, right?
That's what you call aping in. That's called aping in. You ape in first and then learn second.
Yeah. And so a lot of those people probably aren't very happy right with the price, right?
Sounds like a skill issue.
Yep. Lots of skill issues. Just yeah, kind of. I guess. So just to kind of like bring it back for some Ethereum people here who don't understand what we're talking about, there's a new Bitcoin improvement proposal. So he's first, he kind of mimic the same thing. Improvement proposal. And this one is was designed by a couple of individuals, or I guess it was Luke Dasher. What he was concerned about was saying that we're using the blockchain for arbitrary data, such as JPEGs. Really mad about JPEGs, and in particular, we're calling it CSAM, or I guess that's generally goes for like kitty porn, or illicit images on the blockchain.
Or just say illegal material.
Illegal material.
Are you
Yeah,
talking
ordinals
about-
is a big part of this.
Sorry, just like
Yeah.
I know people could post ups, but that didn't happen.
It kind of
Now-
did.
Oh, kind of.
Kind of did, yes.
And
Yeah.
now they're upset. Happened.
Well, the change never, there's nothing really has changed about Bitcoin. That's kind of the complicated part here, because much unlike Ethereum, where there's client diversity, and congrats new client for adding for diversity. Well, before this whole BIP 10 issue, increase of the knots, what it's called, OTS. There was just basically one client that everybody ran, called Bitcoin Core. Everybody ran it. It was 90-some%. So if there was a bug in Bitcoin Core, like GG, well, it's all over. Right? Whereas if there's a bug in one of the clients that doesn't have the majority of the network, and that's why there were concerns around, I'm like, oh, this client is getting used too much. We should have people switch so that it allows, if something goes down, at least there's an redundancy to keep the network. So if Bitcoin Core goes down, but there's also the argument that is a feature and not simply because everyone is looking at this code, everyone is making sure that it is rock solid, or we can trust it. Everyone is just focused on this, and so basically this BIP is to cut out any arbitrary data, keeping it at 83 bytes or less, and also cutting into witness, whatever that, to make sure posting data. However, this is
Arbitrary
data. Sorry.
as decided by.
And what is the reason that
Why don't
they want to
people-
limit
yeah.
that?
Because you're quote unquote raping their node. Yeah. So
Why
we're
don't
really
they just prune their node after a while and delete?
well, but that's
all
not a full. Now I want to have my full node, and I don't want the blockchain
well,
to
then
be
just
bloated.
Have more storage.
Right, but I can't do that with my Raspberry Pi from 2010.
That sounds like a skill issue.
Skill issue, correct? Right. And with the cost of everything coming down, like it's just it doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Wait, but is the argument that they're like, oh, that we can still run? Or sorry,
Well, there's no
argument it's not
block
fair?
size change
Or
being
like
talked
what's
about.
Right. Yeah. There's no.
There's no block size change. Just how are we going to use?
Because that's the thing. There's
But yeah,
only-
it's ludicrous because like that was the joke I said is like it's arbitrary. Because obviously a Bitcoin transaction, we're okay with that, but we don't like arbitrary.
what
but
happened
who
with the
chooses
roll-ups?
what's
What happened with the roll-ups?
that's arbitrary.
No, okay, so they're just trying
we'll
to
get
find a way to
that.
cut that.
We can get to that. Well, they wouldn't
But you're
cut it.
right. That's what it's really about. Right? Like
I've got my Bitcoins like a bunch of no ops, that's arbitrary.
Yeah.
Nothing.
yeah,
It-
I mean
that's
it's not
not arbitrary.
arbitrary to the compiler.
Yeah, but that's not
I mean, it's
arbitrary,
all
but that's still a
arbitrary.
lot of arbitrary.
I know, this is why it's a ludicrous debate. Like, no one is,
They're just saying we
Yeah.
don't want programmability.
Well,
Sort of,
well,
yeah.
sort of. That's where that
that's
leads.
what it's really about.
That's what
yeah.
it leads to, yeah. But at the end of the day, especially on like the storage side of things, because recently I've seen some comments about how, oh, the blockchain's going to blow to petabytes in size. No, you have 4 megabytes every 10 minutes or whatever, every block they can come in. That is the maximum, and we're nowhere close to that right now. Like, I don't know how much these blocks are empty. Nobody's using Bitcoin, even with with all this spam that's hitting them. So it really comes down to paying for. Who's going to pay for it? If spammers are going to pay more than than actual users of the network, or whatever you're defining as users, like, I think we need to kind of reevaluate what we're doing here. But at the end of the day, it's 4 megabytes, and my argument here is if you are not planning to make your node be able to store 4 full blocks, you're not thinking that, you're not bullish enough. Not bullish enough, because if Bitcoin is supposed to succeed, every block should be absolutely full. For it to be full, that means the network is being utilized by millions of people. All the blocks are full. There's going to be demand to get into block space because there's only a finite amount of space. The price will go up, or the fees will go up because people will want to get their transactions in. Miners will make more money. The number goes up. Simple as that. So that's just how it all that's just economics. Supply and
But
demand.
I think like you're kind of getting to like the minutiae or the, right? And
I
I know
think it's important,
Well, it is, but like that's where the debate is. But I don't think that's about. It's really about people don't understand how the damn, right? And they've established their entire identity around Bitcoin, and they don't know how it works. And then combine that with it is genuinely the governance. It's like you've got nodes, you've got miners, you've got people. Got this like finance, right? And everyone can spend days back and forth about. That's what it's really about. And when you get into this like the block size and
I think it's just good to like lay that out because you can just see the argument. So it's literally now coming down to a cultural thing, saying like, well, what do I want Bitcoin to be? What do I want it to? How do I want to use it? How do I want to? And for a lot of these newcomers, I'm going to call it the people that got sold by Michael Saylor, let's call it, or some of these people who think can only and that cannot build applications of it. It's those types of people who are looking at everything in the space as shitcoin, as just pure garbage. Like Ethereum is a fucking trash coin that they absolutely hate. There is no use to it. They looked at it in 2018 was the last time they touched it, written it off ever since. So these people have completely missed any type of innovation that has happened on some ICO, which was, why did you buy Dentacoin? Sorry, did you really think dentists need a blockchain? Like, well, whatever. Anyways, yeah, there's just like, again, back to Jazzy's point about skill issues.
Yeah.
Wait, are we saying there will be no more OPCAT? Do people not like it anymore?
So any kind of like upgrade for operational codes it's
Not
that all
happening.
got cooked.
All right, so let's take an audience vote. Who thinks we should restrict arbitrary data on?
Just putting your hand up because you want to be that guy. In 4 megabytes, yeah. Oh yeah, no. Okay, anyways,
no,
basically
but
we
like
had,
that's no, but like I know you. It's not legitimate, Justin.
Hero.
and that's the
Anyways,
thing,
all right,
like-
we're gonna move on. Thank you. We're gonna. Anyways,
Sounds like Tango convinced most of you, so that's great. Thanks for the passionate speech, Tango. How do you think that current governance debate is affecting the price of Bitcoin, or if at all? Because I think of most people trading Bitcoin probably have no idea that's even happening. Would be my guess. But do you think it has any impact on
I don't think so, but I think it's starting to, because like in the last couple of weeks, been like prominent spaces with like 1,000 people in. There was like Gary Cardone and kind of guys. Or like, I don't know what I invested in, and you guys are telling me that no one's in control, and these guys have a heck of a lot of money in this thing. So yeah, when people hear that, they're probably they might be selling the bottom.
Okay. Oh, so this is the bottom.
Yeah.
Not financial advice.
Can we talk?
Yeah, please.
I just want
Do
to say, like,
we-
my TL. Michael said, right, own treasury of Bitcoin. The plan was
No plan survives contact with the enemy.
then didn't that he actually
Isn't that what everyone in this room is doing?
Yeah.
I mean, to a degree, right? Like, you can use it as a tool to help you. But
I
you
asked
shouldn't rely on it
ChatGPT, like, what should we
completely.
talk about on this panel?
No.
But that's a lot lower stakes than structuring a company.
Yeah, that's different than like, hey, how do I run like a multi-billion
Well, I
dollar
mean, I
like
don't know
I
if
think
you
that,
guys-
yes,
No,
Russ,
no, was what
for
he said actually
real.
so? I didn't watch the
For
clip.
real,
but
he
was it
said
really like?
he said he
egregious?
he said he vibe coded. Yeah,
Wow.
he did say that.
Wait,
He was
like,
using
do we
AI.
like him or do we not like him?
I have been. I don't know. if any,
Personally,
what
I
to
don't know, he's
say.
probably a nice guy.
Like
I think
he's
he's
pumping
not.
everyone's bags. That
well,
No,
not
he's
lately.
not pumping
Lately,
our
the
bags
bags have been
anymore.
going
He's
down.
Not, our bags are not
He's
pumping.
actively
I don't know if
selling
you've seen
Bitcoin.
this, Our
He's
bags are
upset
going
now.
down.
like he pumped everyone's bag.
Did
you
he?
like him back then?
My
I
bad.
never liked him. I have-
Tango is always
I have
suspicious of him
always
from day
been-
one.
You
Why?
can go back and listen to any of these recordings, and I have said he is the ultimate Ponzi king out of the whole frickin' ecosystem. It is a fantastic Ponzi. Do not get that wrong. One of the finest crafted Ponzis I have seen yet to date.
Explain.
And I've played a lot in DeFi. Okay, I've seen a lot of Ponzi. This one, far superior, and why it's magical? Because it can tap right into the US dollar, all of the printing that can happen.
Flywheels.
Flywheels, beautiful flywheels of printing more money and being able to lend
So
and
I feel
borrow
like
really
we should
cheap.
be liking him. He pumped up bags with the flywheel.
No,
why is
because
that hate?
eventually
The
those-
flywheel is unraveling in the wrong way,
unraveling,
right?
and I don't think it's a sustainable
So
thing, and I don't like
what
it doesn't.
what
use the chain.
happens? What happened? Well, we already decided we don't want to use it.
Yeah, we don't want to
Yeah.
use the chain.
Yeah,
we want to
exactly.
do paper Bitcoin. That's
Yeah.
way better.
Yeah.
Don't use the chain, and that's what frustrates me. It's like if you were to build this on chain, I'm like I'm interested. You have my attention. Let's do it. But no,
It was built
instead-
on chain, no?
No, he buys the coins.
No, but I'm saying like we had a similar thing built on chain 4 years ago that also unraveled.
Yeah, but again, if those things
Luna.
didn't have $25 billion loans at 0% for 4 years to start them off. These things started off with just like we printed money out of nowhere. So yeah,
So what happens like in your worst nightmare? What's the end result here?
worst nightmare or greatest dream? I don't know. Or what?
Whichever you think is most likely.
Well, unfortunately, I don't think that this dies down anytime soon. I think it just like eventually becomes less and less interesting to buy MSTR. Stretch just continues to like trend to zero, still pays its dividend, but it trends to zero. So it's like far less interesting. And, with the MSTR.
So like you
not
think
ha-
he sells most of his Bitcoin eventually, slowly?
Well, but there's still like positive in the Bitcoin purchase, but then suddenly it becomes less interesting. And this MNAV of like leverage aspect that goes to zero, then it just goes flat.
Yeah,
and I
I
think
mean,
that's the best case is okay, keep your little Ponzi thing, and then it goes flat, and it's not interesting to buy it, and then perhaps there's always like a small discount on it. Price of it. I think that's all that's really until maybe a few years from loans start pull the lever harder, but I don't think it dies right this cycle, or like because we are going to pump here probably next year, and then everything will be fine again, and you can pay all these dividends. But maybe when you pull too many levers, that's where. Anyway, enough on my on that.
Okay, let's talk about Ethereum, because it's Ethereum Vancouver. That was 10, 15 minutes of Bitcoin. Bitcoin doesn't do anything, so why even bother talking about it? Okay, so what's been happening in Ethereum? Ethereum has vastly underperformed Bitcoin. Like the ETH Bitcoin ratio is like multi-year lows, and a lot of people are like kind of pissed off at the Ethereum Foundation and Vitalik, our Lord and Savior. And does anybody like super caught up on what's going on in ETH land that they want to kind of share? What do you want to say, Steffi?
I'm also not. I
Okay,
don't
well,
wanna,
great.
but I think I have like enough. To
Yeah,
give
yeah, I'd love to
a
hear your take.
Basic. I think. It's incredible. Look at like all the builders, roadmap, funds, really phenomenal. And Vitalik. However, I think they got too caught up on the tech, economic, the demand drivers, because they were so focused, optimized capacity, they offboard execute. I don't know that where, oh, let's let other people make these sub highways that then post Ethereum, it'll be fully secured, so nothing bad can happen up there. But then we take volume off the main chain such that have less load and it won't be expensive. And somewhere along, when you do that, you hope that the gas to pay homage to each and driver for each that may or may not happen. And then in general, you just take off transaction volume from have like kind of fragmented across all these ups, and then tried that. And I think unfortunately what happened was they trusted the teams to make these subhighways, to make the difficult decision to take off the safeguards and to actually start to make them decentralized and them not just like taking action funds, and that didn't happen. Like there was no incentive for them to do so. And then everybody got really bearish because they felt that you have all this tech, but no like economic engine in Ethereum to keep it interesting. And then the Ethereum Foundation did a lot of like
Shenanigans?
no, not shenanigans. What's the word like? I think of this word.
Stop
No.
selling.
No, just like super like trying to be very like open and no, we have this thing that everybody we all agree with this
Naive.
like, naive for sure, but like, oh my god, why
Wo-
can't I think
woke?
of this word? But like also, I mean, I think that their intentions were good and they created this doctrine, like this dogma of like, you know, how to be a good person, operate in this world and why this technology is important, this like mutable bulletin board that everybody can use and it's for everybody, la la. But they tried to force all of their employees to sign the thing, which is then antithetical to the whole point that like, you know, this is crypto. We don't do anything cold, like we do things because we opt in, right? And then people got even more bearish because they don't trust the direction anymore. And then also then Vitalik was like, oh, the roadmap, centric roadmap didn't work. We're trying something new now. Like he admitted that it didn't go in the direction that he wanted it to. Am I missing anything? Haven't been paying attention
I think, yeah,
recently.
I think that's a good like overview of why people are upset. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate because Ethereum is still incredibly interesting, but right leadership at the wheel, and it's a centralized network still needs leadership. Have people to help steward
Yeah.
it. You think with like hundreds of thousands of nodes and dollars, other people as like, and it is decentralized. Like it's interesting to see how much that can affect belief in it.
I mean,
So we're having the same problem.
yeah. When you think of crypto, right? Like, what really?
Hyperliquid.
Outside of hype. Hype is, you know, like hype is like just core, you know, primitives. It's really hard to make an economic engine.
A lot of turnover within the Ethereum Foundation. I think they got a bunch of like new people in, and now also even just most recently like the whatever they call them.
ETH
head-
Labs. ETH
Yeah.
Labs.
And then
Don't they have like two. They have etherealized with a couple different push forward.
yeah, I'm not
and
super
Amelie,
sure,
I
but
think.
yeah, I think there's a few different ones, and I mean, good for them. Like someone's got to do it. There was like some like meme like Vitalik was tweeting about he was gonna write a novel or something like that. Or just like people are like so out to lunch. Like people are like, bro, your chain is like dying. What about like on the technical side of Ethereum? I saw there was like a
Amsterdam?
Glamsterdam. That's a
Glamsterdam.
cool ass name. Yeah, I don't even know anything about Glamsterdam.
They want to formally verify their formally verify. Execution will be scaled up very.
Is that good for price?
What is really good for price?
people understand price. I don't know. Like it's
It-
just like it's so almost like we've been talking about like Z, all this stuff for so long, but
What is good for price in Bitcoin, Michael said?
it's not
Not
about the network
lately.
itself, really.
Pause.
Yeah, for sure. He's a net positive buyer, so he's been net positive on price. You
But then-
can't argue with that.
Okay, then to bring hype into it, right? Structurally, every transaction purchasing token buy in addition 5 or 10 free markets isn't that good for price
I mean,
structurally
Ethereum.
correct, but is that relative volume percent burned
I mean,
versus
like hyperliquid transactions are directly like monetary transactions, buying or selling. If you take like a percentage, you're paying gas, not really tied. Like the transaction can directly tied to economic value. Probably a good thing.
I think the only issue that I don't know about economics don't want value because then that contributes negative security of the because for an actor gather enough money at 6 of the network stake and funny business. I don't know how low it would have to go for that to be economically feasible, but I do appreciate why Vitalik and co want it to be. It's they don't not that they don't care about price and they don't optimize for it because I understand the point of like neutral base who's like that is beautiful, but you can't decouple it from the total value of the network to be high in order to protect it.
And it's just like people are more interested when the price is high. Like Glamsterdam would be way more exciting if ETH was like 5K, right? People would be like stoked about it. But parallel execution sounds good for if the roll-ups didn't work. Really distracting. No, I don't like that. I don't like it. Keep it off. No, it's blinding me. All right. Yeah, it's fine.
Let me
All
look
right.
at that. Let me just look at it. Well, the video
We're-
looks
Stare
way
into it.
better.
We're-
Wow.
You should just stare into it.
Yeah.
It'll be fine after
These
5
look
seconds.
great.
Does it look good?
Looks great.
Okay. All right.
Except I think we're mirrored because you're on the opposite side. Yeah. Wow.
Well,
Okay. I
that
gotta
doesn't
deal with that
really
at some
matter too
point.
much. The lighting's good.
Angle next
Anyways.
time. We'll fix it next
Yeah.
time.
Okay.
We'll fix it next time. Looks great.
Looks great. All right. Hopefully everyone can see now. What was I even talking about?
The price of ETH.
Oh yeah, it's not good. Okay. Does anyone else have anything else to say about Ethereum, or do you want to talk about hype?
Didn't you guys have like a Michael Saylor, some lead
oh, yeah.
guy,
Tom
or what's
Lee?
his
Yeah,
name?
Tom Lee.
Tom, I
Not
haven't
the
heard about
drummer,
him in
not
so
the drummer
long.
though. Yeah.
All I
Yeah.
know is that he
There-
water.
There is like Ethereum DATs and things like that, but like I don't think anybody really cares about.
Like we have a Michael Saylor, you know.
Yeah.
Tom,
Tom
Lee.
Lee.
Tom Lee.
Not the drummer. Tom Lee, but not the drummer.
Different Tom Lee. So we do. I think he's not as popular. Not as.
He didn't make as much. Of a impact.
No, he's not as like personable or like same camera. that
He
Michael
doesn't
Saylor
go.
does.
Whenever anybody asks him why.
That's what he does.
Why should
And-
you
and,
not
like,
buy it?
He was never really that never up in the positive for too long. Never
he
like
bought the
profitable.
top, eh?
Bought,
He
kept
was
buying it,
late.
yeah,
He
top
was
buyer,
I
late.
top buyer,
mean,
yeah.
I think he's the reason we had like a new all-time high.
The same thing, yeah. Like you bought a bunch of ETH.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
these are like the people that. Imagine if they never bought in at all, where we'd be today. Way lower.
I think we need more of these people. Price
Yeah.
goes up.
Lunatics.
We
Okay.
need more lunatics.
Let's talk about Hyperliquid because we like Hyperliquid, and the price is actually going up in that coin. That's pretty rare. It is, so that makes it interesting to talk about. And in fact, it's the most, the financial world is really excited about Hyperliquid right now. And you've got like the head of the ICE saying, "Oh, this is going to be bigger than the Nasdaq." Have it going up on like Bloomberg. You have traditional financial analysts like using Hyperliquid on the weekends, like looking at the prices because it was amazing. You could trade oil when Trump tweeted about Iran on a Sunday, right? And that was like revolutionary. Anyway, Hyperliquid is popular. Price is good. I like when price is good.
Maybe how many people have used or know what Hyperliquid is? Okay, good amount. Good amount. Good amount. Okay.
Does anyone who wants to like wax poetic about Hyperliquid?
Want me to do it?
There she is. Do it.
But be concise, please.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not very. You shouldn't have called on me then. You do it.
No. I just get it.
Okay. Well, I guess the way I like to think of Hyperliquid is money. Ethereum is computer program. Finance. It's more than that, but that's a very easy bucket that you can put it into. And it started off as a perps add leverage show positions. Quickly this vision of housing all finance sounds like a lofty goal, but it became team execute incredibly quickly. Vision. One thing there's called HIP3, which is builder deployed perps that other people can stake and then launch their perp markets. So Trade XY just well known, and they have perp equity, oil, Apple, Nvidia, trade those 24/7.
SpaceX, before it was
yeah.
SpaceX.
Well, yeah, and they
Before it
also
went
have
public.
pre-IPO, so they'll list it, before the IPO even happens, and so you kind of have recovery that way. Spot assets, there's an EM layer, which is fundamentally related to the perps exchange, so you can you can basically have like kind of credit and lending layer on top of the perps exchange. Many other things loved by the community because their team is famously known of being incredibly small. I think it's 13 people now if they hired those devs. They, again, execute quickly and honorably. I think that they're one of the team's highest revenue per team member of all time.
Well, like of like all companies ever.
Of like all companies ever. What else can I do? Job? Is there anything missing?
Yeah, that was good. I mean, like economically, it's interesting because most crypto products never actually make money, but Hyperliquid makes a lot of money. It's like the most profitable. I think it's the most profitable things that come out of crypto, at least like centralized products in crypto. And they take 99% of all the revenue and they use it to buy back the token. The price going up. So you don't need a Michael Saylor. You get a built-in Michael Saylor.
See there, we're doing it on chain. See, we do it on chain. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
But hold on. What if MicroStrategy was a stock on Hyperliquid?
It is.
I think it is actually.
It's a
You can
perp.
buy it there.
Yeah, you can buy it as an HIP3 perp. Yes, you can buy MSTR, so you can long and short it with leverage, so you can get more. You can increase.
So then it's crypto.
So you can.
So MSTR is crypto.
Well, I mean,
You
if-
said you wanted
derivative.
it on chain.
no,
It's
no,
a
no, no, no,
derivative,
no, no.
though.
the
He wants it
product.
originally
The business.
on
The business
chain.
is not on
Sorry.
chain, sir. No.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they're coining it the everything exchange. Oh, and they also have HIP4 started opening up outcome market options.
Polymarket.
Polymarket. Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, big Bitcoin news this week. Polymarket now takes Lightning.
Really?
That was our big news for the week, all right?
I mean, that's pretty big. How does that work though?
They use an L2 called Spark,
Yeah.
which is actually pretty controversial at the moment in the Bitcoin world.
What is not controversial in Bitcoin?
Buying and holding.
Yeah. But they're still on Polygon, right?
I think so.
Yeah. So are they just
Dude.
like swapping your your
doing an atomic swap in the background.
Yeah, like
Not
how- dude,
swapping, they just bridge it over to.
yeah, yeah, and then you end up with USDC on Polygon and
Yeah.
on board with Lightning. You can spend your Bitcoin to gamble on FIFA.
Yes.
Sweet.
And then get. That doesn't. So no, Axelar has nothing to do with
Question-
it.
the question
You
is,
could
how
get to-
does-
well, you could get to
how does-
Hyperliquid
how-
through Axelar.
How does
Axelar-
Hyperliquid relate
Axelar
to
is a bridge.
Axelar and stablecoins?
Axelar is a bridge, like getting one web network to the other. So I don't even know if Axelar is right. You, in
So
theory-
Axelar, the team got bought out by, you remember who?
Coinbase.
Coinbase, was it? Okay, so Coinbase bought the team, but not the token. So token's gonna go to zero. But
XR is a new team, common prefix.
oh, like the protocol.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So it's still alive. I don't think it connects to Hyperliquid. Hyperliquid's like it's like a blockchain essentially. It's like a unique blockchain. It's its own self-contained ecosystem. Axelar could theoretically move money between Hyperliquid, and then because they literally call it an L1 blockchain. Axelar is a
I
blockchain.
think Axelar is blockchain.
Axelar,
But it doesn't really matter because it doesn't matter because
XR is a middle.
It's
layer
a
on
But does
a
it not? It's a middle layer one.
cross-chain messaging protocol.
Yeah,
kinda
but
like
it's
a
a chain
it's
that.
blockchain.
oh, it's got a chain in the middle. That's how it works.
But it doesn't
right,
really
right, okay.
matter. It doesn't matter. It's
Why
just
not?
it just
It's a
because
chain.
I mean.
Well, maybe it doesn't. Who's to say
for
what
the purposes
matters?
of the description, Jazzy.
Yes.
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
matter.
Okay. Anyway, that's
I mean-
enough.
I mean, like, okay.
That's enough. That's the difference between Axelar and Hyperliquid. And then
Stable coins are on Hyperliquid.
yeah.
Like,
the-
or they're on anywhere. Like they're like,
But,
they're
yeah,
available anywhere.
very the USDC is very prominent on Hyperliquid. Actually, recently, Circle, who's the issuer of USDC, along with Coinbase, they have a new arrangement with Hyperliquid where USDC is like the canonical quote asset, like officially. Previously, they had USDH, which was supposed to be this like Hyperliquid native stablecoin. Didn't work out. And Circle, much more like established player, kind of took that over from them. And actually, did they buy or Coinbase bought the USDH brand? Coinbase bought the brand. Because Coinbase is the official deployer of Circle, USDC on. So that's interesting. Like even like the big players like Coinbase are interested in Hyperliquid.
And interesting because I think about approximately the stablecoins, because you know how a stablecoin have US dollar, they mint, and then they take that US dollar and they invest it. Yeah, but then they take all that, so $1 billion, or there's more, but $1 billion, and they go and invest that $1 billion, make
T-bills.
Specifically-
5-10%, and so they make a ton of
Specifically
money.
treasuries,
Treasuries,
and they
yes.
make like
Yeah.
exactly treasury rates, which is like 5% right now.
So, there's, what is it, $6 or $7 billion in USD? I think, I'm not sure if the whole network or just the perps exchange, but that's, $6 billion at 5%. Somebody help me.
You can
Many
do it.
millions.
300 million.
Thank you.
So
$300 million, and now 90% of that is going to Hyperliquid,
buy
It's
back
going.
the
It's
token.
buying hype.
Buying hype.
buying
And-
Hype,
yeah,
and
which is
more-
a win. Because USDC was just there being traded on Hyperliquid itself, and people brought it back to the protocol.
I think what's interesting here is that Circle's any other. No, this is the first time we've ever seen the yield, something happen to it. And so of course they can't give the yield to the stablecoin holders. Like that's what the ultimate goal is, but the US protects people from it, because why would you want that? And the banks protect you from that too. But
I think if I understand correctly, and I don't know any particular examples, so if this is correct, but I'm pretty sure that blockchain often make Circle in the background, and they'll
Yeah.
say, "Oh, we'll make your coin the most important if you lost a percent yield," and I think that's also a good business play for Circle to be everywhere. So I wouldn't say it's the which they're splitting some of the yield with the chain. However, this is public,
yeah, maybe that's a better-
actually to the token and not people behind it working for it.
Is it like programmatic in some way, or do they just like?
I don't think it can be right because like at the end of the day, the yield is off chain.
Right. So
So-
they just said trust me, bro. I'm gonna do this, and they're gonna do the accounting and take that much and buy hype
I mean,
with it.
maybe let's see what I haven't looked into this, but maybe it'd be interesting if they would produce receipts. but
Yeah,
I-
just
I
one like
don't
curious
know.
like
I
how
don't
they're gonna
know.
execute on that specifically. But anyway. The question is, what do we think of the Clarity Act? So actually, I guess Tango was just kind of talking about a little
Was I?
bit. Oh no, sorry,
I
that's
don't know, that wasn't me.
No,
I don't actually know that much about the Clarity Act.
It's
I kind of
unclear
like-
to me.
you were talking about the government protecting us from earning yield on
Oh
stable
yeah,
coins.
protecting. So
yeah, but
yeah, I don't know a whole lot
Yeah.
personally. Yeah, I think there is like regulation can be used. The banks can like not have that up. I think that was a bit of contention. I honestly. Because what was the first one? You had the Clarity, and then what was the first
No,
one?
Genius was the
Genius.
one.
Genius just went through. It was just like, oh, we got this. So smart.
Probably
Such a
did
smart
nothing.
bill.
I
Okay.
don't think.
I don't know if that's true, but anyway, sure. Yeah, what?
Hi, everybody. Just wanted to add a thing. I think it's important to keep in mind to add some context. What we're witnessing is from the crypto world that was somehow, well, big in some way, but somehow small compared to our financial.
Yes.
And this is what we're really witnessing right now. So take a person like say, I don't want to defend, but he's swimming in a complete different. What if market cap of
Oh, it's a
Bitcoin
tiny company,
itself.
you mean?
like no, I mean
Yeah.
it's like he's looking at a complete different pool. So overall, with the world, probably a 1%, not less.
Currently.
money.
Currently.
So
yeah.
I think like
Growth
this is very important
opportunity.
to keep that in mind. Yeah, it's like that actually might.
Yeah, and I think just
In
to that-
understanding that a lot of money is gonna flow in, not all doom and gloom,
right,
but it's gonna depend how
much they protect us in the U.S.
well. That is also debatable in a way. I mean, it does make that pool. Now you can
That's what I
easily
mean.
in offshore.
That's what I mean by like protecting in the U.S. Like that's all regulation. That's literally what's
Yeah,
handcuffing
so-
everything. And by handcuffing things and not actually giving builders, developers, and protocol kind of clear rules to work within, and then allow capital to flow into it from these larger institutions, we just continue to say can't do this. So now you have to find a kickflip and workaround way to then do it through some custodial solution, which inevitably blows up time and time again. And so if we can just have some sort of clearer way for capital to come in, that's what I think.
But think back to what is the first two, like clear, right? And clarity for investors. Bitcoin governance problems, Ethereum governance problems. That's what they're afraid of. Right? I think they don't know what these
So-
things are. It
So
sounds incredibly
honestly,
sketchy.
I think that's
They don't
of
trust
crypto
it.
token.
They don't believe
No, because
in
I
it.
don't think
They
I
don't
think that's
trust
the
it.
issue. How to channel. That's really, and if that is who's
It
gonna
is. Of
put like
course it
$1 trillion?
is.
in-
Of course it is.
No, I think that's secondary.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah.
It's blessed. They're not going to make it illegal, right? Remember, like up to 5 years ago, like that was like one of the number one talking points. the government's going to ban it? How do you know the government won't ban it? What happens when they ban it? They're going to ban it. Yeah, we've kind of gotten past the banning.
I think though, like your perspective is that the governance and regulation around it is less important, but it's more about the products that bring in volume of money. On RWAs, are you need better applications that are more interesting to people? If I follow what you're saying.
I'm limited understanding of the markets, which frankly are complex. And from where I started, I had no idea about any of that. I started like tokens at the beginning. Some are shit, some are good, some even try Shiba. I am one of them. But just for fun, you
Trenches.
just put $10 and you buy 1 million of Shiba. Then I became coiner only. And but the reality is, the more I am in the markets, I'm actually studying the rest of them, trying to understand actually action without following. Because it's very easy to build stories about everything. The reality is, maybe there's less me, and just really a lot of speculation, selfish. What is going, especially when technically point to a, well, then you get assaulted because well, and it's much larger the community. They're there for that's a pure narrative or like they aren't. The problem is that for it, magnitude bigger. Now that I think it's are all bad. I'm actually camp. That's what I deserve. Some are but only separate ratify walking in. Now I think it's the positive, but the dynamics are completely changed. Suffering massive capital.
Perfect.
Kevin from Gas. I think two days. One, start with it. The narrative there around that if you say that Ethereum is there part of a, how much is basically the value of the banking intermediaries, the traditional banks like that basically puts you look at that market cap. That market Ethereum would be worth if it were valued on like value versus the another metric is what is the dollar value of transaction for Ethereum versus every 12 seconds Ethereum block is worth $50. But within there's about somewhere between 1,000 magnitude perspective. Let's say Ethereum's so 2,000 versus 60,000 actual $50 1,000. This variably comes add 5. How do we get tokenized? part of that. Focus more on fixed income than equity, but fixed income is actually a much larger market than equity. You just don't.
Thank you.
That was great. Things are gonna be amazing. Yeah,
So
we're,
good.
we're all,
So
we're all,
bullish.
we're all
We're so
bullish.
bullish
We're
at
all
the
bullish,
bottom.
right? I mean, yeah, we got 30 people plus here today to just talk about crypto. So bullish. I'd
Very
say.
bullish. Very, yeah, especially at the
we're,
bottom. of the
We're well
market
over
here.
30 minutes, so I think it's dying.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, thanks everybody for coming out. We'll do some tours afterwards here. So anybody that's interested, maybe we'll take like do it in 2 pairs. Or one. So
It's a walking tour.
yeah, we'll be a walking tour. Anyways, so yeah, we'll get that kind of figured out. But yeah, if you don't mind, just fold up your chairs if you can, and we'll just kind of stack them against the wall somewhere. So thanks everybody. Hit stop on there.